Hi, welcome to Reform Tech channel. In this video, we'll see what is a content delivery network, and that is the CDN. Right, so as I said, the CDN stands for Content Delivery Network, and it allows you to improve the performance for your content. Okay, say for example, you have your content in your S3 bucket, which is in Europe region, which is located here, and a user from Australia want to access this S3 bucket, the content in the S3 bucket. So obviously there will be some performance issue and also some latency, due to which the API also might get bounced. All right, so because there is a lot of distance between them, right? So due to which the performance might delay. So what we can do is we would create a edge to edge location. Say for this blue dot represent the edge location, and the contents of this S3 are cached in this in this CDN, this blue dot. Okay, so the users will directly go to this CDN and will just access the contents in the S3 instead of directly going to S3. They will have a edge location, and where from where their contents are being streamed. For maybe consider an video. Say for example, there is a streaming video here, and a user from Australia wants to view that video. Obviously there will be some performance issue while streaming that video. So what we can do is the video can be cached in this edge location, and when an user now from Australia hits this video link, he or she will be able to access the video without any latency. Alright, so this is the main advantage of CDN, and let's maybe see. We'll create an S3 bucket and we'll create a CloudFront distribution, and we will see how that it works. Alright, so for which I'm going to create S3 bucket first. So I'll go to S3 and I will say create bucket, and I'll say Reform Tech S3 Reform Tech S3. Alright, so and this time I'm going to block all public access. Remember in our last video we have unchecked this, after which we were able to access the contents in the bucket, right? So that can also be done, but not for now, because I'm going with the CDN. I don't want anything to be private, so I'm blocking all public access. So this is one good thing, because no one externally can directly access into your bucket without the CDN link. Alright, so I am going to block all the public access here, and unless like my old video but for the S3, which we have just allowed, but now we are going to block all the public access. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this bucket. I'll say create bucket. I'm going to leave all other thing as it is, and I'll say create bucket, and this is our bucket, right? So now I'm going to check into this bucket, and I'll upload files. Alright, so I'm going to upload this 3 files maybe. Okay, I'll say upload. Alright, so it's uploading. Yep, it's done. So now the files has been uploaded to this bucket, and if you go to this permission, and as you could see the bucket policy, there is no bucket policy for now. Okay, now I will duplicate this tab, and I'm going to CloudFront. I will go to CloudFront. Yes, this is the CloudFront. Yeah, if you go here, if this is the first time you're going to create a distribution, then the page appears something like this. So I'll say create a CloudFront distribution, and here you have to give the origin domain. Okay, so the origin domain this time would be our S3 bucket. You can keep anything as an origin domain, maybe a load balancer also. See, as you can see, load balancer also here, but for now I'm just choosing our AWS bucket which we just created. Okay, I'll choose this. If you choose this, what happens is that there is an origin which is automatically which gets created. Okay, and this S3 bucket access, so you want to allow the S3 bucket access, because we do not make the bucket as public, remember. So I'm going to use this OAI. Okay, and next step, origin access identity, OAI stands for. So I'm going to create a new OAI. I'll say create. Yes, it's created. Simple as that. And the bucket policy, I'll say yes, update the bucket policy. So if you click this thing, what happens is that it automatically goes to our S3 bucket and it creates a bucket policy here. So we don't have to do anything else, but AWS itself goes and update the bucket policy. Alright, so I'll check this as update the bucket policy, and now then I'll scroll down. I'll say redirect HTTP to HTTPS. This is also important for in our case. And what else I can do? Yeah, I think that is all. Yeah, that is all. Okay, and now I will say create distribution. Alright, so this will create a distribution for us. I'll go to distribution and see. Yep, that distribution is created. As you could see, an ID has got created for the distribution. Okay, now if you go to S3, and I'll just refresh this. I'll go to the S3, and if you go to permissions now, as you could see now, this permission, there is a permission which is automatically brought in here. This is by AWS, and what this permission says is that this is our identity which we just created. So as you could see, this is our distribution. So we are allowing this distribution to access this particular AWS get object. Okay, so this is the policy, so for which we could allow only this CloudFront distribution to allow this S3 bucket. Alright, so now this is done. Now what we'll do is we will go to the CloudFront, and this domain, I'm going to hit this domain. So I'll copy this and I'll paste this here. I'll hit this, and you will not get any response from the page. Okay, so what we have to do now is that I'll add index.html to end of this page. So once you put this, okay, still not able to access it. Let's see what we missed in our video. Okay, this is enabled. Okay, I'll go to this. Okay, this is there. Oh, it's okay. It's still deploying. It says it's still deploying, so it is not yet deployed it. Let's give some time for it to deploy. I'll go to deploying. Alright, let's give it a minute for it to deploy. It is still deploying. I thought it was already deployed, but it is taking some time. It will take some time to deploy, so we have to wait until it gets deployed. Okay, so maybe I'll give you a quick recap of what we did now with the image. So we have created an S3 bucket, and in this S3 bucket we have loaded 3 files, and assume that I'm an user from Australia, so I wanted to access this content. So now I created a distribution CDN, and I'm going to cache all these information in this bucket in the CDN, and a user can access directly from the CDN instead of directly going to the bucket and accessing it. Alright, so this is a content delivery network. I'll see whether it is deployed now. Okay, CloudFront, what is the status? Yep, it's deployed. Alright, so now let's go and hit this. Alright, so if you could see, now I'm able to view with this domain. So this domain, I got it from this distribution. So we have created a distribution, right? So I got this domain from this distribution. So this distribution creates a domain, and I'm going to add an extra suffix of this index.html. So if you add this this thing, what happens is that the information goes into the bucket and it gets fetches the information. Okay, so for example, now I wanted to view, I have 2 more files in our S3, so that is aws.png and cdn.jpg. Alright, so if you want to view these things, then what you have to do is just put this name at the end. Instead of index.html, I'm going to put this, and here you go. So we can view the information, the contents in the bucket through content delivery network. So this is a distribution which we just created, and this distribution is just accessing our S3 bucket, and it is fetching us the information. So the advantage of this again is that there will be no latency, the performance will be good, and also the bucket are not publicly accessible, it is private, right? So this is how CDN works, and thanks for watching this video. We'll see you in the next video.